everyone. Grade 10 Mathematics, Quarter 3, Week 1. Learning competency, illustrate permutation of objects. Find the number of ways can the word blue be arranged. Ilang ways daw po kaya natin pwedeng mai-arrange yung word na blue, which is B-L-U-E. So, since meron tayong 4 letters, pwede tayong mamili muna kung ano yung first letter na pwede nating gamitin. So, gamitin natin muna yung B. So, kung ginamit natin as first letter yung B, for the second letter, hindi na natin pwedeng gamitin ang B. So, gagamitin natin yung L, yung U, at yung E for the second letter. Pwede tayong mamili dyan. So, halimbawa, ang ginamit natin muna ng second letter is L. Kung nagamit na natin siya dito, yung mga susunod, hindi na natin pwedeng gamitin yung L. Pero for the second letter, pwede tayong mamili sa L, sa U, at sa E. Okay? So, sa pangatlong letter naman, kung meron na tayong first letter, meron na tayong second letter. So, for third letter, kung nagamit na natin yung B tsaka L, ang pwede na lang natin pagpilian is yung U tsaka yung E. Meron tayong U at meron tayong E. Dito naman, pwedeng nagamit na yung B tsaka yung U. Ang pwede lang natin gamitin is L and E. Kung nagamit na natin yung B at yung E, ang pwede na lang natin pagpilian is L and U. Kung meron na tayong tatlong letter, ibig sabihin, isang letter na lang yung kailangan natin. Kung nagamit na natin yung B, yung L, at U, ano na lang yung kailangan nating letter? Ang pwede na lang natin gamitin is E. So, yung word na mabubuo natin na una, na 4 letter, na galing sa B-L-U-E, syempre una yung B-L-U-E. Okay? Sunod naman, nagamit na yung B, yung L, tsaka yung E. Ibig sabihin, yung hindi na lang nagamit for the second word is yung U. So, yung second word na meron tayo is B-L-E-U. For the second word, meron tayong B, merong U, merong L. Kung nagamit na natin yung tatlong letter na yan, ibig sabihin yung E na lang. So, ngayon, meron na tayong pang third word, which is B-U-L-E. Same thing with B-U-E. Ang hindi na lang natin nagamit dito is L. So, meron tayo ngayong B-U-E-L. Next, kung nagamit na si B, si E, at si L, ang hindi na lang nagamit ay U. So, yung pang fifth word is B-E-L-U. Kung meron tayong B, meron tayong E, meron tayong U, ang hindi na lang nagamit na letter is L. So, meron tayong B-E-U-L. So, ito yung mga word na nag-start sa letter B na nalista natin. So, meron na tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Paano naman kung gusto natin mag-start sa L? So, pwede rin yun. So, start tayo sa L. So, same process. Kung nagamit na si L, hindi na siya pwedeng magamit sa second letter, sa third, at sa fourth. Ayan. Same process lang siya. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin, hindi rin umulit yung mga letters. Ayan, pakita ko na lang. Okay? So, for this one, mapapansin natin, ito lahat ay nagsisimula sa letter B na walang umulit yung letter. Same thing with a word na nag-start sa L, nag-start sa U, at nag-start sa E. Kung mapapansin din natin, meron tayong 6 na nag-start sa B, 6 na nag-start sa L, 6 na nag-start sa U, at 6 na nag-start sa E. Kung bibilangin natin yan lahat, meron tayong 24 ways to arrange the word blue. Okay? So, ito po ay tree diagram. Ito naman po ay listing method. At ang total po ng ways para ma-arrange yung word na blue ay 24. So, meron pang isa pang method na mas madali na ma-identify natin kung paano i-arrange, kung ilang beses pwedeng i-arrange ang mga word or letters. Ito itatag na fundamental counting principle. Halimbawa, sa word na blue, ilang letter ba ang meron? Meron tayong 4. So, ibig sabihin, kapag gumawa tayo ng mga word na nag-start, galing sa letter ng blue, meron tayong first, sa first na 4 choices, which is B, L, U, E, katulad nito. Meron tayong choices na 4. So, ibig sabihin, lista muna natin yung sa first choice natin, meron daw 4 para sa first letter. Para sa second letter, ilang choices naman ang meron? Kung nagamit mo na si B, ang naging choices na lang na meron tayo is 3, which is L, U, and E, since nagamit na natin yung B. So, that is now times 3. Kung nagamit na natin yung B tsaka L, meron na lang tayong dalawang choices para sa pang-third letter ng word, which is U and E, and so on. Kaya times lang natin siya naman sa choices na meron tayo sa pangatlong letter, which is only 2. So kung nagamit na natin yung B, yung L, tsaka yung U, ilan na lang yung pagpipilian sa dulo? Siyempre, isa na lang. So that is now times 1. Kapag minultiply natin yung number of choices, halimbawa po, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, the answer is also 24. So there are 24 ways to arrange the word blue. Now, ano ba yung concept ng, or mathematical concept na meron dito? Ito yung tinatawag na permutation. So, permutation is an arrangement of objects in which order is important. Each arrangement can be made using all or some elements of the set of objects without repetition. So, kapag ang pinag-uusapan ay arrangement ng mga bagay, ng letters, ng numbers, at importante yung kanyang order. Halimbawa, kung sino yung nauna, kung sino yung pangalawa at sino pangatlo, ibig sabihin na pinag-uusapan doon ay permutation. Halimbawa, sa real life, ano ba yung nagpapakita ng arrangement? Sa pageant, sino ba yung champion, sino yung first runner-up, second runner-up? That is an example of permutation. Sa bansa natin, importante yung order, di ba? Ang pwede maging example din nun, halimbawa po yung president, vice president, secretary. So, yun yung mga example ng permutation na hindi siya pwedeng magkapalit ng pwesto. Kasi yung order ay importante sa permutation. Kung sino yung nauna, siya yung dapat na nasa unahan. Okay? Each arrangement can be made using all or some elements of the set of objects without repetition. Katulad ng ginawa natin kanina sa word na blue, kung matatandaan ninyo, wala doong repetition na nangyari. Okay? We can use exclamation mark to indicate the product by writing 4, then the exclamation point. Hindi yan yung nagulat na 4. Dahil sa exclamation point, yan po ay tinatawag na o binabasa as 4 factorial. Okay? Yan po. Yung exclamation point or exclamation mark is factorial symbol po. In general, if n is positive integer, then the factorial denoted by n factorial is the product of all integers less than or equal to n. Okay? Mamaya mas maintindihan natin yan kapag meron na siyang number. N factorial is equal to n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3 times n minus 4 times n minus 5 and so on until we have now 2 times 1. Okay? Ibig sabihin po, kung ano yung value ng n, decreasing lang siya, identify natin yung product hanggang sa umabot sa 1. As a special case, we have here 0 factorial. Pag naging 0 factorial, automatic that is equal to 1. Okay, tandaan po yun, basta 0 factorial, meron siyang value, meron siyang equivalent na 1. Okay, let's have an example. Number 1, let's compute. Kung meron daw po tayong letter A, 5 factorial, expand lang natin yan, katulad sa definition. Mula doon sa value ng n, which is 5, decreasing lang daw po hanggang 1, then yung kanilang product. Okay? Kunin lang natin yung product nila. So 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equal to 120. 5 times 4, 20 times 3, 60 times 2 is 120 times 1 is 120. Therefore, 5 factorial is 120. Letter B, 8 factorial over 2 factorial, 3 factorial. Expand 8 factorial, so you will have now 8 down to 1, then multiply lang po. Then 2 factorial, 3 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 times 1. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. I-multiply lang natin siya. 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 40,320 divided by 2 times 1 is 2 times 3 is 6 times 2 is 12 times 1 is 12. 40,320 divided by 12, the answer is 3,360. Or simply, pwede tayong mag-cancel out. Cancel natin yung common sa numerator at common sa denominator. Yan ay 3 times 2 times 1. Meron din tayo dito 3 times 2 times 1. Pwede rin ang 2 at 8. 8 divide 2 is pwede rin ang 8 and 2. 8 divide 2 is 4. Then 4 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 is also 3,360. Letter C. 10 factorial over 2 factorial times over 5 factorial 2 factorial is equal to the expanded form of 10 factorial is 10 times 9 down to 1 over 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 2 factorial is 2 times 1. 10 factorial is equal to 3,628,800 all over 5 factorial is equal to 120 times 2 is 240. 3,628,800 divided by 240 is equal to 15,120. Same process in cancellation. Cancel out 5 factorial. Or yung 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Then we can also cancel 2 and 6, which is equal to 3. Then multiply all the numbers. Then you will have 15,120. Number 2, what is the permutation of the word Kavite? As you can see, the word Kavite has 5 letters. So that is simply 5 factorial. And remember, 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to 120. Therefore, the permutation of the word Kavite is 120. What is the permutation of the word Kavite? As you can see, Kavite has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. So that is now simply 6 factorial equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Remember, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 or simply 5 factorial is equal to 120. Then multiply it now by 6. That is now 720. Therefore, the permutation of the word Kavite is 720. Number 4. Ate Risa arranged the 8 pots in the school garden. In how many ways can she arrange the pot? So for us to identify the permutation of it, just simply identify ilang pots ba ang meron. Meron daw 8. So that is simply 8 factorial. And 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equal to 40,320. Therefore, there are 40,320 ways to arrange the pots. Now, let's have the permutation of an object taken R at a time. So for this one, let's have this definition. A permutation of n objects taken R at a time is an ordered arrangement without repetition. So same with the permutation lang kanina na sinolve natin. Pero, ang sabi naman po dito, wala ring repetition dapat na mangyayari of the R objects from the set of n objects and is denoted by the permutation of 6 taken 4. 6 stands for your n and 4 for your R. Ito lang po yung pinapakita dito, yung iba't ibang expression na pwedeng i-denote ang permutation of an object taken R at a time. The number of permutation of objects taken at a time is this form. The permutation of n taken r is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. If all the objects are taken at once, the permutation of n taken n, then permutation of n taken n is equal to n factorial over n minus n factorial, or simply n factorial over 1. Bakit siya naging 1? N minus n is 0. Then you have here factorial. 0 factorial is equal to, remember, that is equal to 1. So if that is equal to 1, therefore we can say that if all the objects are taken at once, the formula is simply n factorial. Okay? Tandaan lang po yun. Kapag walang sinabing taken at a time. Example number 1a, if the permutation of 5 taken 2, that is simply 5 factorial over, let's use this formula. Then you have now 5 minus 2 factorial. 5 minus 2 is 3 factorial. Then copy the numerator, 5 factorial. Expand, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then their product po. Kung paano. Then all over 3 times 2 times 1. 5 times 4 is 20, times 3 is 60, times 2 is 120, times 1 is 120. 3 times 2 is 6, times 1 is 6. 120 divided 6 is 20. Okay? Or simply, pwede i-cancel. Ang 3 times 2 times 1. 3 times 2 times 1 cancel. Ang matitira is 5 and 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 4, pwede naman pong ganito na lang. Mas maiksi. Yung ituturo ko sa inyo. Permutation of 5 taken 2. Ibig sabihin, yung n natin is 5, so we will start from 5, pero ang kukunin lang natin na number ay 2. Kasi taken 2 lang daw. So simula dun sa 5, which is the starting number, then yung mas mababa sa kanya kasi 2 lang naman yung kailangan. So you have now 5, then 4. So you have here 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, let's have letter B. Permutation of 8 taken 8 is equal to, using this formula, pinakita lang natin siya. So 8 factorial over n minus n, which is parehong 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. So you have now here 0 factorial. 0 factorial is equal to 1, or simply this is now the formula. 8 factorial equal to 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is now equal to 40,320. Or simply this one. Okay? Pwede pang diretso na lang siya. How many permutations can be formed from the letters in the word Monday using only 3 letters at a time? So, ang gagawin mo muna is to identify ilang letter ba meron ang salitang Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, that will be your N. Ilan lang daw po yung gagamitin? Only 3 letters at a time. So, that is now permutation of 6 taken 3. So, huwag na natin gamitin yung formula. Paiksiin na lang natin. You start from 6, so you write 6. Ilang letter ang kailangan? 3. Ilang number rather? Ang i-take lang daw natin, 3 lang daw po. So, 6, 5, 4. Ilan daw? 3. 1, 2, 3. So, 6 times 5, 30 times 4, 120. So, the answer is 120. Okay? Ganun lang siya kadali. How many permutations can be formed from the letters in the word flowers using only 4 letters at a time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ilan letters lang daw kailangan? 4 letters at a time. Permutation of 7 taken 4. 4 lang daw po yung kailangan natin. So you start from 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 6, 5, 4. Multiply. So the answer is, let's try to multiply. Ito yung shortcut pag nag-multiply. Pag may 5, mas madaling mag-multiply. 5 times 4, 20. Times 6, 120. times 7, 840. So the answer is 840. Kaya has 15 favorite children's songs that she wants to play on the YouTube. What is the permutation of songs if she plays 3 songs? Kung tatlo lang daw yung gusto niya, pero meron siyang 15. So take from 15, taken only 3 songs. So that is permutation of 15 taken 3 at a time is equal to 15 times 14 times 13. Tatlo lang daw. 1, 2, 3. Then you multiply 15 times 14 times 13 is equal to 2,730. Thank you and happy learning, everyone. This is Ma'am Lay. God bless.